On his last night at home, Ella's father brought her a large box with a white ribbon on it. "For you," he said. She opened it to find a pastel pink dress inside. She could, again, feel the glare from her stepmother. "You must go to bed, dear Ella. We all have a big day tomorrow. The prince's decision will be the right one, I suspect. My eldest is ravishing, and we must all celebrate their soon-to-be marriage at the ball," the stepmother exclaimed. Ella bid a sad farewell to her father, scooped up the 3 blind mice hiding under her new dress, and ran up the stairs to her room. Zuzu and the rest of her tiny friends followed her. "No animals in the—" Ella shut her door before her stepmother could finish. Sleeping soundly that night, she had wonderful dreams of the prince and the ball. The next morning she awoke to loud shouts and screams. "Cinderella!" screeched the eldest stepsister. "Cinderella!" whined the youngest. Ella was again Cinderella, a slave to her stepfamily. She swept the floors with the corn broom, washed the walls with a sponge, pruned the gardens with the cutters, and prepared breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea. The ladies sat out in the rose garden on white chairs, hidden under an excessively frilly umbrella. Cinderella was called over. "Bring down that gorgeous dress my dear husband bought," her stepmother commanded shrewdly. "The pink gown?" Cinderella asked. "Correct. Bring it down at once," she commanded again. "Wrap it up in that pretty box," the eldest quipped with a sly grin at her sister. "With the white ribbon on top," the sisters shouted in unison. They fell into a fit of laughter as their wicked mother sipped her tea indifferently. For the rest of the day, Cinderella primped the ladies for the ball. The eldest stepsister wore Cinderella's pastel pink gown and scolded her for working so slowly. "Oh, goodness, she is ripe with jealousy, isn't she?" Cinderella overheard the stepmother remark. "Isn't she just? Must be hard to see such a pretty gown look better on someone else," screeched the eldest. Cinderella curled their wigs, sewed their masquerade masks, hemmed their dresses, and powdered their faces. Then the women left for the ball in the same extravagant horse-drawn carriage they had first arrived in. Cinderella ran to her room and wept softly on her bed. She heard shuffles beside her and looked up to see her tiny friends. In front of them lay a mask. "Did you make this for me?" she asked softly. Zuzu pushed the mask closer. She picked up the small mask and held it to her face. She giggled. The mask was made up of twigs from the birds' nests. It had lily petals sewn on. 3 had been sewn particularly poorly, but Cinderella knew the blind mice had tried their best. She looked at her friends, wept, and said, "If only I could go to the ball and wear your beautiful mask. I truly wish I could." Just then, a shower of golden glitter rained from the ceiling. Whoosh, whoosh, swirl, bam! "Oopsie, I can never make an entrance. Nice to meet you, lady. I'm your fairy friend. The name's Fairy, but you can call me, well, you can call me Fairy. I never did get a nickname. Ha-ha!" squealed a high-pitched little winged woman in a golden gown. Cinderella and her friends backed away from the odd creature. The fairy whooshed and swirled around the room. "Did I hear correctly? You want to go to that big ball? It's going to be a big one. I've got just the dress for you. I do." And with one flick of her tiny golden wand, Cinderella was dressed in a beautiful blue gown with gorgeous glass slippers. She grabbed her mask and hurriedly followed Fairy out of the manor. "Fripp!" Fairy whistled loudly and motioned Cinderella into the silver carriage. "Now go, 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 or you're going to be late. Don't be late. Oopsie. Don't forget, lady, this one lasts until midnight. On the dot."